show, The Contenders. I'm your host, Young. What we confirmed last week was that life and quiz are very unpredictable. The Soul Searchers were stopped on their attempt at win number 7 in a row. What will happen on today's show? Let's find out. Please welcome today's contenders. Welcome to our stage today, Friends team Yeojiun and Yeojihyun. You are sisters and you called yourselves friends. Why is that?
Because we are just 1 year apart and we go around a lot together and everybody around us calls us just like friends. So we are very close, so we chose this name.
Okay, yeah. Well, good luck to you today and welcome. Your opposing team is called Family. We have Lee Sang-mi and Kim Seung-gyu as part of that team. Now, I understand that despite yourselves calling yourselves family, you actually aren't.
Yes, ironically, contrast to the next team, we are not a family, but we chose the team name Family because we are very close friends like a family.
Ah, so we have a very interesting combination today. Family that's like friends and friends that are like family. Well, welcome and good luck to you all. Now, in this first section, I'll be giving you 10 multiple choice questions, 5 seconds each. Now, if you get all 10 questions correct, then we will actually give you 50 bonus points. If you get something wrong, then we'll stop there and give you the sum of points up to that point. You can call out chance and we'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices. And of course, you'll have a better chance at getting the question correct. Friends, please choose among question sets Q, U, I, and Z.
U.
Okay, we'll go with U. Question number 1. Of the following, which month does not have a holiday in Korea? 1 November, 2 October, 3 August, 4 July.
1 November.
An easy question to start you off, and we go to question 2. Of the following, which character is from a different comic? 1 Popeye, 2 Mickey Mouse, 3 Olive Oil, 4 Brutus.
Number 2 Mickey Mouse.
And we go to question 3. Of the following, which is not a movie in which Ewan McGregor appeared? 1 Star Wars, Episode 2, 2 Moulin Rouge, 3 Mission Impossible, 4 Trainspotting.
3 Mission Impossible.
Did you actually see all these films?
Actually, yes.
Are you a fan?
Maybe not. Transporting.
No.
Yeah, me neither.
But you do like Ewan McGregor?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty handsome, right?
Yeah.
And we go on to question number 4. Of the following, which city most recently became a capital? 1 Seoul, 2 London, 3 Tokyo, and 4 Berlin. If you're not sure, you can call out chance.
Yeah, we can call. We'll take a chance.
Okay, we'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices.
Number 4, Berlin.
Very good. That was a very good use of chance. And we move on to question number 5. Cicero said, quote, "The more laws, the less blank," end quote. What is blank? 1 crime, 2 justice, 3 happiness, 4 freedom.
I'll choose number 3, happiness. Can I change? Can I change?
Sure. Final
freedom.
answer?
Yeah. Number 4, freedom.
Actually, had you chosen freedom or happiness, they would both have been wrong. We were asking for justice. He said the more laws, the less justice. Well, you end this section with 40 points, but we have a lot of the quiz ahead, so don't worry about that. 40 points. And now, family team, you have a choice of Q, I, and Z sets. Which will you have?
I will have I.
Okay. Question set I, number 1. Of the following, which is the southernmost city? 1. Seoul, 2. Incheon, 3. Daejeon, 4. Busan.
Number 4. Busan.
Question 2. Of the following, which device has the same function as a mouse? 1. Monitor, 2. Floppy diskette, 3. Modem, 4. Touchpad.
Number 4. Touchpad.
And family, how are you finding the questions to be so far?
Not bad.
Not bad, pretty easy, right? And you haven't used chance, and we go to question number 3. Of the following, which is not a movie set in a submarine? 1. K-19, 2. The Perfect Storm, 3. U-571, 4. Crimson Tide. You can call out chance if you're not sure.
Yeah, we'll take chance.
Okay, you'll take chance. We'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices. And please make your final selection. Family?
Number 2, the perfect storm.
That was a pretty good guess. I suppose you haven't seen the movie?
None
No.
of them.
They're actually on a boat, not a submarine. And we go to question 4. Of the following, HIV is a virus that may cause which disease? 1. AIDS, 2. Malaria, 3. Tuberculosis, 4. Cancer.
Number 1.
And we go to question number 5. Of the following, which is a correct connection between a country and its capital? 1. Peru, Lima, 2. Canada, Montreal, 3. Australia, Sydney, 4. Morocco, Casablanca.
Number 4.
Actually, we were looking for the correct connection, and we were looking for Peru and Lima.
Yeah.
Well, you actually end with 40 points even, and we have a lot more questions ahead, so we'll see what happens next. 40-40 is how we end this section. And now we get to test how well you guys work together. Friends, if you're ready, please take your position next to me for this speed quiz. Now, this speed quiz, we're going to be giving you 100 seconds to go through a list of 20 words in a pre-chosen category. You chose things to drink, yes? Do you have a favorite drink?
Yes.
What is it?
We both of us like cocktails, and we go around and hang out in cocktail bar a lot. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I can see you guys doing that.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Do you have a favorite cocktail, actually?
Yeah, in my case, sexy mild. With some it's milk and.
I haven't tried it yet. Maybe I'll try it next time. Okay, now are you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Mineral, water. Yeah. White, the color is white. Milk. Tea, test. Juice, the color is red. My mother often strawberry juice. No. The tomato juice. Yeah. The kind of wine, and we celebrate with this one. Our birthday. Champagne. Yeah. The rice traditional beverage. Made of, yeah. Its origin is island. Whiskey. Yeah. The whipped coffee. The cinnamon. Yeah. Coke. The Pepsi and cola. Yeah. The actor was Nicolas Cage and Elizabeth Shue. The movie name. Living Las Vegas? Yeah. Pet. The milk. the McDonald's and it's kind of shake. Yeah, different. The concentrated coffee, espresso. We hate this drinking. It's a lot of alcohol and cheap. The cheap one, cheap alcohol. The Korean one, no.
막걸리?
No, transparent one.
아, 소주.
Yeah. The American Sprite. American Sprite.
cider?
You did a great job of going through this list of drinks. You passed on chamomile tea, which is a herbal tea, and also Dom Perignon, which is a type of champagne. Well, you end the section with 170 points, which is a very good job. And now, family, if you're ready, please take your position. And you chose the category Middle East. And
Yes.
what did you learn, actually, while preparing for this section?
Actually, I didn't know that much about the Middle East, and then but preparing for this quiz show, I've learned a lot of politics or culture things about
I
Middle
see.
East.
Okay, well, are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
Petroleum,
Petrol. Oil.
the war,
Gulf.
the country, the oil-rich country, not Iraq. The starting with
Iran.
I. And then the country that caused the Gulf War.
Kuwait.
He's got a mustache, and
Saddam Hussein.
this is a very famous animation. Yeah, the very famous animation. They've got a test. This country is very mostly oil-rich country in the
Saudi
world.
Arabia.
Yeah. Pass. 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 This country is one of the Middle East countries, starting with a P. P.
Pakistan.
No. Yeah, this is also.
Panama. Palestine.
No.
Pass.
Pass.
Though limited in area, it proved to be a pretty tough section to come up with hints and answers for. Now, you passed on quite a few of the words. You might have had better luck had you described Iran actually is the new name for this country, which is Persia. That's what she was going for. And you passed also on the Israeli leader Sharon, as well as the country with the capital of Doha, which is Qatar, which we talk about on the quiz a lot. Well, you end the section with 100 points, but we've got an important section ahead, so you can make that up. We'll see what happens next when we actually welcome Jun Sung on. Well, we end the section 100 points versus friends. You're in the lead at 170 points. Now, as I mentioned in this next section, Mr. Kim Jun-sung will come out and join me to help me with the questions. Good to see you. Good to catch your own image.
Well, I'm wearing this jacket. You feel that? You want to feel that? Yeah.
It's got that nice velour kind of 70s look.
Yeah, it actually looks a bit darker on screen, but it's okay, I guess.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's warm, at least.
Yeah, your coordinators did a great job. Now, why don't we get to the rules of this section?
Not yet. Okay. All right. I'll do it.
Okay.
The next round is a round of 15 questions, each worth 30 points, and the first team that buzzes in can answer. Now, if that team cannot answer the question, gets the answer wrong, then the question will go over to the other team. And you have 5 seconds to answer per question. And also, when both teams cannot answer the question, you guys will both get a spelling hint, and at which time you will also have 5 seconds and wait for this lady to call on your team's name.
That's right. That's the most important thing. You got to wait for me to call out your names. Now, so if you don't have any questions, then we'll go on with question number 1.
Okay, question number 1 is actress. This actress was accused of trying to steal more than 5,500.
Friends.
Winona Ryder?
That's right. She was accused of taking something like $5,000 worth of goods unpaid from Saks Fifth Avenue.
She has an actual addiction, right, called kleptomania.
Really?
I heard she was a kleptomaniac.
Huh. That's the first I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you ever shoplifted?
No.
Okay,
No.
I believe you.
You know, I'd rather not risk hell for such a small thing, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a thrill to it.
Oh,
I speak
really?
from experience, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
And we go with question number 2.
Okay, number 2 is about city. The following is an informational article about a European city. What is the city? Here, Balaquez, Goya, and El Greco sit side by side in the Prado. This city has preserved the spirit of Cervantes, Lope de Vega, and Calderon in every square and every street corner. What is the city that they're talking about?
Friends.
Spain?
Family, 5 seconds. Family.
Barcelona?
Okay, I want to remind you we're looking for a city. And this is a city that we associate with these painters, Velázquez, Goya, and El Greco. And we'll give you a spelling hint. And friends.
Madrid.
Very good, friends. You're increasing your lead. And we go to question number 3.
Okay, question number 3 is game. The internet site against war against Iraq, the Buy Bush Blank campaign, has collected $370. Thus, Bush gets a copy of Conflict Desert Storm with this and a memory card so that he won't have to leave this on for long periods of time. What is the name of this game machine manufactured by Sony?
Friends.
PlayStation?
Family, 5 seconds.
PlayStation 2.
Family. Family.
Made by Sony.
Okay. Now, let me remind you. You have to call out the answer only after you've buzzed in and I've mentioned your team name. And, okay, I will show you a spelling hint.
Second.
Friends.
2. PlayStation 2.
Okay, now let's go over the rules one more time. Okay, after we've read out a part or the whole question, we give you a chance to buzz in with the idea you have for the answer. Once you buzz and I call out your team name, you can share the answer with us. Actually, I think the people who are judging were waiting for you to call out the answer again, but you just didn't say anything, so the chance came over to the friends. Now, friends, you also shouted out your answer before I shouted your name out. It really helps you if you only answer after I've called out your team name, okay? All right, and so let's go on to question number 4.
Okay, question number 4 is business. Almost half the people in Britain who shop online are worried about this, that they will become a victim of fraud as a result of paying with this. A survey shows that 47% of those questioned are concerned about the security of net transactions. What is the card used for deferring payment?
We're looking for a card used for deferring payment. Let's look at the spelling hint. Family?
Credit card?
Family, it's good to see you on the board. And yes, friends, only shout out the answer when I've called out your team name.
I was confused. I thought it was friends. Sorry.
Okay, and now let's have question number 5.
Okay, question number 5 is element. Instead of throwing the beer can made of this, you might consider wearing this, as suggested by the curators of The Adventures of Blank Jewelry to Jets. which polishes up this familiar stuff. What is this, the Earth's most abundant metal that is silvery white, ductile, and malleable?
Family.
Aluminium.
Family, you're doing a great job of catching up. You're 100 points behind. And let's go to question number 6.
Okay, question number 6 is about fashion. In this movie, chauffeur Jackie Chan unknowingly tries on his employer's clothes and finds...
Friends.
Tuxedo.
And it also stars Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Do you want to explain the rules again? Because they keep on blurting out the answer. And yeah, it's just that, you know, like when you said PlayStation 2, see, you took advantage of their mistake, and we don't want them to take advantage of your mistake in return, or else it's going to be really ugly then, you know? Yeah. People just fighting over each other. So let's listen to friends for here and family for here, and we can all be friends and families. I'm sure that'll happen. Okay.
Thank you for that philosophizing.
No problem.
Now let's have the next question, please.
Okay, number 7 is religion. Islamic militants in Saudi Arabia says that Saudis are ready to take up arms.
Family.
Islam.
Friends, it's your chance to answer. We'll finish the question.
Are ready to take up arms to defend Iraq if the U.S. attacks the country. A religious scholar told BBC that there are whole regions of Saudi ready for this. This is the Islamic holy war campaign against non-believers. What is this?
Friends, 5 seconds. We are looking for the holy war campaign against non-believers, and we'll look at this spelling hint. Family. Family.
Jewish. 아닌데?
Friends, 5 seconds.
Jihad.
Friends.
Jihad.
Okay. And let's have question number 8.
Okay, number 8 is about fruit. Last month in Singapore, the Esplanade Theatre opened its doors. The dome is covered by 7,000 pieces of metal sunblocks that look like fish scales. People dubbed it as the blank look because it looked like this fruit. This fruit is foul-smelling, deliciously flavored, and is known as the king of fruits. What is this?
This fruit is pretty smelly, but many consider it to be very tasty. Let's take a look at the spelling hint. Even if you're not sure, friends.
Durian.
And actually, since you're from Hong Kong, have you had this fruit?
Well, my mom, she loves durian, but I didn't really like the fact that she liked durian because she always kept it in the refrigerator. You know, and the refrigerator door is about this thick, so even if you close it, you can still smell it, you know, all the way to your bedroom, you know, from the kitchen. So
you don't really like the smell of durian.
No. Yeah, I've never tried it because of the smell either, because it's just way too harsh.
Now, people say that you have to overcome the smell in order to enjoy the taste.
Yeah.
And we go on to question number 10 now.
Okay. Question number 10 is about issue. The U.S. Secretary General Kofi Annan explains why he believes that ICT can improve the lives of people in developing countries. It is because ICT is a powerful tool for economic growth and poverty eradication. ICT means information and blank technologies. What does C stand for?
Family. Family?
Communication.
Very good. Information and communication technologies was what Kofi Annan was talking about. And we'll go on to question number 11.
Okay, question number 11 is about a writer. On November 25th, 1952, the longest-running play in theater history, The Mousetrap, premiered in London. This writer's most popular works were The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, The Murder on the Orient Express, and
Friends.
Agatha Christie.
Yes. Murder on the Orient Express and Death on the Nile was another book that she wrote that was very popular. And let's go on to question number 12.
Number 12 is about trade. The trade in this has been banned since 1999, but Botswana, Namibia, South Africa, Zambia, and Zimbabwe all claim that they have too many elephants and want to be able to self-stockpile this. What is this hard cream-colored material of elephants' tusks?
Friends.
Ivory.
And family, I want to encourage you to take a guess.
There's too many elephants.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Number 13
Yes, we go to question 13 now.
is about country. Just tell me if I'm speaking too much, right? Okay. Russian troops have launched large-scale operations against separatist rebels throughout this region after the Moscow theater siege. In 1994, Russia refused to recognize this country's independence, resulting in a conflict.
Friends? And we've got just 2 questions left. We go with question 14.
Question number 14 is about music. Recently, this group released 40 Licks, a commemorative album of the 40th anniversary of their debut. As a
Family.
Beatles.
Friends, it's your chance to answer, and we'll finish the question.
As a self-consciously dangerous alternative to the bouncy mercy beat of the Beatles,
Friends.
Rolling Stones.
And actually, we would have given you a hint at the end that just gives it all away. Mick Jagger is the head or the lead in this group. And let's have our last question, question number 15.
okay, number 15 is about currency. On November 1st, one blank was worth US 1.0003. Let me say that again. One blank was worth
Family.
€1. Euro.
Chungseong, you didn't even have to give the figure. It was just a smidgen over $1. That's what it was. You know, 0.0003 cents over $1. That's what we were going for.
You couldn't count. You didn't actually remember how many zeros you had to say, right?
It's 3.
Yeah, but you had to think about it.
Yes, well, and that was a very strong end, but Friends actually wins this round and gets to go on to the finals. Congratulations, our Friends team. And now, Friends, you're actually going to be going against the Dud team, which actually won against the Soul Searchers, which was a very strong team going for their 7th win in a row. What do you think? Do you have any strategy to go against them?
Actually, we even didn't expect to be go up. I mean,
to the finals?
yeah.
So
We are just worried, and we are happy to be here. So, yeah.
okay, you're going to rely on luck.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you in just a minute. After this, we'll go into the finals. Welcome to our final stage, Friends team, and now let us welcome back the Duh team. It's good to have you guys back, Philip Lee and Eric Sha. Now, you want to introduce yourselves to the people who didn't see you last week?
We are the Duh team. We're both English teachers at Kyungwook Foreign Language High School. And actually, Neil from the SS team called us to wish us luck this afternoon.
Nice
Hi, Neil.
Yeah, hi, Neil. And we'd like to say hello to our parents and our students and teachers back at the Foreign Language High School.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi.
Hey, guys. Again.
All right.
Again.
Now, it's great to see you back on our stage. This is your attempt at win number 2 in a row. Now, you have some opponents today who say that luck is on their side. We'll see what happens next as we begin the finals championship. Now, in this final round, we'll give you 5 categories, 5 questions each. They are each worth 10 to 50 points. If you get a question correct, then you get the right to choose the next question. And if you get it wrong, the chance to answer goes over to the opponents. Now, what are our categories today?
As shown on the screen, this week's categories are markets, what's in a sport, bad rep, terra firma, amazing animals.
Okay, and bad rep is bad reputations, okay? And so I get to pick the first question, and I will go with markets for 10 points. Also called a stock exchange, a stock market is an organized market where brokers meet to buy and sell stocks and shares. The location of the stock exchange is not a mere address, but it symbolizes the center of a country's economy. Wall Street is the street in Manhattan, New York City, where the New York Stock Exchange and many major financial institutions of the United States are located. In which area of Seoul is the Korean Stock Exchange located? Duh.
Yoido.
And you're already on the board. Duh, you get to choose.
Let's try bad rep for 10.
Bad rep for 10. To some Romanians, this person is a national hero because of his duh.
Nicolae Ceausescu.
Good guess, but friends?
Dracula?
Stunningly, yes, actually. Friends, I actually was kind of stunned because I was going to give you the entire question anyway. It would have made things a lot easier, but actually you knew just because he's a hero of the Romanians. Well, actually, he was the ruler of Transylvania, a region that is now part of Romania. And of course, Prince Vlad II, Dracula, was made famous through a novel by Bram Stoker. So, friends, it's good to see you on the board. You guys are even 10-10, and friends, you get to choose.
Markets for 20.
Okay, markets for 20 points. This comes from the French Marche aux Puces, of which there was originally one. This one at the north fringe of Paris is very old and large, actually incorporating 12 separate markets that grew together over time. Each day there are between 2,500 and 3,000 stalls and shops selling finds that range from antiques to interesting French junk. These small, leaping, blood-sucking insects were thought to be in the goods. What is this type of market? Duh.
Flea.
And you get to choose.
Amazing animals for 10.
Amazing animals for 10 points.
Hi, we are veterinarian working in Hammer Clinic. Hammer is referral animal hospital for companion animal. Now we will give some questions about amazing animal. Listen carefully and good luck. Almost all these animals are domesticated. Fewer than 1,000 wild animals remain. One species of this animal is capable of drinking 100 liters of water in just 10 minutes.
Duh.
A camel.
And another interesting hint that we are going to give you is that it's hump. Many people think that the hump is water, but the hump is actually fat that it metabolizes. And it actually, the camel is not born with the hump because it has to begin eating solid food before it begins to develop the hump that we associated with the animal.
So it kind of looks like a horse when it's a baby and then all of a sudden
yeah, kind of, yes. And duh, you're increasing your lead, and you get to choose the next question.
Amazing animals 20.
Amazing animals for 20 points.
The title of this novel was suggested by an article by Jeremy Reynolds, published in the New York Knickerbocker magazine in 1838. It recounted the capture of a giant white sperm whale that had become infamous among whalers for its violent attack on ships and their crews. In this novel, the Picard's Captain Ahab is a
Friends, move. It's your chance to answer, and he'll finish the question.
maniac bent on revenge against the albinous sperm whale, to which he lost one of his legs in failed whale hunt.
Duh.
Moby Dick.
Of course, this is Herman Melville's novel Moby Dick or The Whale. And of course, the opening line, which we all are familiar with, is "Call me Ishmael." And you're increasing your lead yet again, and you get to choose.
Amazing Animals 30.
Amazing Animals for 30 points.
Oxford University researchers were surprised at the abilities of Betty, who spontaneously twists a wire and successfully lifts a small bucket of meat from inside a vertical pipe. Although primates are closely related to humans, they have failed to show any deliberate tool-making. However, Betty, a species of this bird show us, may be a bird, particularly this black-feathered bird may not be so bird-brained after all. What kind of a bird is Betty?
Duh.
A crow?
Yes. And of course, Crow is also the title of Brandon Lee's, son of Bruce Lee's movie. And
the Birds by Alfred Hitchcock also featured the crows, right? Weren't they the crows?
I think there was a lot of birds. There were seagulls and crows and.
There were just,
crows.
okay. For some reason, they all seemed like crows to me when I saw it as a little kid. So you know how, as a kid, everything is all black and or skeleton or whatever.
And Duh, you get to choose again.
Amazing Animals 40.
Amazing Animals for 40 points.
These animals live in pairs in simple burrows in stream banks, except during the breeding season, when the female makes a separate and more elaborate burrow containing a nesting chamber. 1, 2, or 3 eggs are laid at a time and are incubated in bird-like fashion by the female. The female lacks nipples, and the young lick milk from the fur around the many small abdominal openings of the mammary glands. What is this egg-laying mammal?
Egg-laying mammal. Duh.
Egg-laying mammal. Platypus?
And actually, this platypus is only found in eastern Australia. It lives in streams, rivers, and occasionally lakes with year-round water. Very interesting fact that it lacks nipples. But
lacks nipples, yeah?
It's interesting, huh?
Interesting.
Duh, you get to choose again.
Can we just close Amazing Animals?
Sure. Amazing Animals for 50 points.
On November 3rd, 1957, the USSR stunned the world with a space sensation, the launch of Sputnik 2 video.
Duh.
Laker?
Yes, that is correct. And it's very sad. They just monitored this dog's death. Oh. And you get to pick again.
How do you feel about markets?
Yeah, let's try markets again.
Markets for 30?
Markets for 30 points. In architecture, this is a row of arches, flat or curved, supported on columns, piers, or pilasters, used by architects since ancient Egyptian times. The Romans brought the use of these to its most sophisticated level, employing them to support tiers of seats in theaters, as in Rome's semicircular Theater of Marcellus. Nowadays, this is an avenue of stores, a covered passage with stores on both sides. What is this? Duh.
An arcade.
And friends, I'd like to encourage you to take a chance, and you get to choose.
Markets for 40?
Markets for 40 points. These of the nearby Medina, the oldest part of many North African cities, are filthy, somewhat disappointing, and wearisome. But these are living places with an intricate infrastructure. There are many aggressive merchants who would sell you just about anything. This is a wonderful place to pick up exotic spices as well as souvenirs. Duh.
A bazaar?
And of course, bazaar or souk, we would have taken that as well. Open air market in North Africa or the Middle East. And of course, we also use the word bazaar to describe also sale of goods, to raise money for charity, often held outdoors. And duh, you get to choose again.
Can we close markets?
Sure. Markets for 50 points. This was originally the site of popular assembly, but as time went by, it was used increasingly for commercial purposes. Large and open and easily accessible, it was regarded as the center of political, commercial, religious, and social life in the city. The most famous example is in Athens, located northwest of the Acropolis. Duh.
A forum?
Friends, it's your chance to answer, and I'll finish the question. This is a public square or marketplace of any ancient Greek city. What is this? Friends, 5 seconds. Friends?
Acropolis?
Okay, this is another hint. Blank phobia is a condition characterized by an irrational fear of public or open spaces. Duh.
That's agoraphobia, right? Is it agoraphobia?
Duh.
Agora?
Agoraphobia?
Yes. Agora is what we were looking for. And agoraphobia, again, is fear of open spaces. We've seen this many times in movies, like Copycat, the movie. Okay, and you get to choose again.
Okay. What's in a sport for 10?
What's in a sport for 10 points?
A tennis game, when not prolonged by a tie, is played to 4 points, designated by the terms 15, 30, 40, and game, with 0 points. Typical scores at stages of a given tennis game might be blank 15 or 40, 30.
Duh.
Love.
And what's interesting is that some people have a theory that we use the word love because of the French word l'œuf, which means egg. And of course, it looks kind of like the 0, but the Oxford Dictionary says no way. So that's very interesting.
What does the Oxford Dictionary say?
Actually, I have no idea. And you get to choose again.
What's in a sport for 20?
What's in a sport for 20 points?
In the earliest days of American football, the backfield consisted of 4 players behind the linesman. The man closest to the line was positioned 1/4 of the way between the lineman and the fullback, and hence became this. He directs a play on the offensive team.
Duh.
Quarterback.
Yeah. And of course, he hands off the ball, passes the ball, or runs with it downfield. And of course, this player is positioned behind the center who directs the play, calling signals.
Did you notice he said it in a very American way? This guy right here from Australia?
How did you say it?
Quarterback.
It's an American sport. And friends, I'd like to encourage you to get back in the game. We'd like to see you on the board. And you get to choose.
What's in a sport for 30?
What's in a sport for 30 points?
The Los Angeles baseball team is called the Dodgers. Originally from New York, the team was known in the late 19th century as the blank Superbas. Because this borough had so many trolley cars, fans nicknamed the team the Trolley Dodgers. The name Dodgers stuck, and the team officially adopted it in 1913. They brought it along with them when they moved to Los Angeles in 1958. What is this borough of New York City?
Duh.
Brooklyn.
And of New York City's 5 boroughs, this is most populated, has the biggest population. And you get to choose.
What's in a sport for 40?
What's in a sport for 40 points?
Okay. A hat trick was first used by the players of this sport in the late 1800s. In this sport, a bowler, like baseball.
Cricket.
Duh.
It's cricket.
That's right. And a bowler like a baseball pitcher you'd have to take 3 wickets on 3 consecutive bowls in order to get this title of hat trick. And of course, you actually were given a hat to commemorate this feat. And you get to choose again.
Can we close what's in a sport?
Sure, we'll close the category what's in a sport, 50 points.
For 50 points, this sport is ultimately derived from the Greek word meaning to train naked. Greek athletes.
Wrestling.
And friends, it's your chance to answer, and we'll finish the question.
Meaning to train naked. I want to say that again. Greek athletes trained in the nude to allow their bodies maximum flexibility. The early Olympic track meets and wrestling tournaments featured nude athletes. This also refers to a system of physical exercises used for therapeutic or educational purposes. This originally referred to places where naked exercises are done. What is this sport?
Friends, 5 seconds. Friends?
Hustle?
Okay, now let's think carefully about the hints we've given you already. This is derived from the Greek word meaning to train naked, and they trained in the nude to allow their bodies maximum flexibility. Now, friends.
Aerobic?
5 seconds.
Gymnastics?
Yes. And originally referred to a place where these naked exercises were done, gymnasium. Actually, the origin of this word comes from the Greek word gymnazein. So
it's like, for example, like you and me, like we can't even reach our toes in our clothes, but when we get home, we're in the shower, take off our clothes, boom, we can do the splits and do everything. You know, when we're, forget it.
I can touch my toes now.
You can?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good.
You can't touch your toes?
Well, yeah, I can do this.
And you get to pick again.
Terra firma for 10.
Terra firma for 10 points.
Oh yeah, that's my section. In Finland, this is called Revantelet, which means foxfires, a name derived from an ancient fable of the Arctic fox.
Aurora Borealis? Aurora Borealis?
Aurora Borealis.
Borealis?
Actually, we would have settled for aurora or northern light, actually. And it causes, actually, the modern scientists attribute the solar winds interacting with the edge of the Earth's magnetic field, where particles become trapped and collide with gases in the ionosphere, causing them to glow in shades of red, green, blue, and violet. Very beautiful. And you get to choose.
Terra firma for 20.
Terra firma for 20 points.
On August 26th in Johannesburg, South Africa, scientists and world environmental groups convened to discuss the future of the environment with special attention focused on the brown cloud phenomenon. The brown cloud is a toxic mix of ash, acids, and airborne particles from car and factory emissions, as well as wood-burning stoves. It is believed that one brown cloud covers the entire surface of this continent, a major contributor to global population.
Friends.
Southeast Asia.
Friends, you actually get to choose.
I go terra firma for 30 points.
Terra firma for 30 points.
Okay, for 30 points. Scientists have been tracking the progress of this geological phenomenon's location that is currently moving at a speed of 40 kilometers a year. Geologists attribute the cause to the shifting flow of molten iron in the Earth's core. Although 780,000 years ago, it was located within the southern hemisphere, its current pace and direction could see it located within Russian waters sometime in the next century from its current location in the Canadian Arctic. What is this geological point of interest?
Think about this. The geological point of interest, it moves, and what is moving is this molten iron in the Earth's core. What is affected by moving molten iron?
Volcano?
Friends, 5 seconds. Friends.
Pan.
Okay, this actually is a geological phenomenon's location. This is a thing that
A tectonic plate?
Friends, 5 seconds.
It's a hard question, actually.
Magnetic north.
Okay.
The molten iron, it moves, and so magnetic north keeps moving. And right now it's in the Canadian Arctic, but it's actually going to be in the Russian waters and make things very interesting. And I get to choose the next question, and I will go with bad rep for 20 points. In 1483, Richard III seized the throne of his nephew, 12-year-old King Edward V, and confined the boy king and his brother to this fortress. The
Tower of London.
Yes. And of course, there are suppositions now that Richard had them assassinated, these two boys, and it's now a museum housing the crown jewels, and it has also a great collection of arms and armor. And so you get to choose, Duh.
Terra firma for 40.
Terra firma for 40 points.
Steve Fawcett became the first person to fly solo around the world in a balloon when his silver balloon Spirit of Freedom touched down near Lake Yamayama in Australia in July. It was the sixth attempt to circumnavigate the globe, which took only 14 days, far faster than the trip enjoyed by Phileas Fogg in the classic story Around the World in 80 Days, written by this famous science fiction author. Who is this?
Duh.
Jules Verne?
Yeah. And you get to choose.
Can we close terra firma?
Terra firma for 50 points.
With ever-increasing global oil tanker transportation comes a risk of an oil spillage and accidents that threaten the natural habitats of many species. Recently, for the second time in 18 months, a fuel spill threatened the inhabitants of this archipelago that is home to hundreds of unique species. Known as the Enchanted Isles, this setting also served as the backdrop for Charles Darwin's theory of evolution.
Duh.
The Galapagos?
And of course, it is 1,000 kilometers west of Ecuador. And the island chain is the Galapagos Islands. And Duh, you get to choose.
Bad rep for 30.
Bad rep for 30 points. This person was moved from prison to prison and again incarcerated in 1803 at Charenton, where he died. He spent much of his time writing about his exploits in plays and novels, which unsurprisingly were banned for being obscene. They were published in the 20th century and became hugely influential on the Surrealists, who saw him as a free thinker. He is best known for his long-suppressed erotic works.
The Marquis de Sade?
Yes. Of course, and he is French, and his name is used, actually, it set off the rise of the word sadism. And Duh, you get to choose.
Bad rep for 40.
Bad rep for 40 points. This person is considered to be one of the most significant political thinkers of the Renaissance. His main work was the Discourse on the first 10 books of Duh.
Oh, Percival. Machiavelli? Oh.
An almost miraculous guess. Actually, his main work was the Discourse on the first 10 books of Titus Livius. And of course, he is best known actually for The Prince, which was published in 1532 and is a textbook seen by some as a textbook for despotism. Of course, rulers keep and gain power through these tactics described in this book. And we have one question left. We go with bad rep for 50 points. This person was a semi-literate peasant and libertine who preached and practiced a doctrine of salvation that mixed religious fervor with sexual indulgence. Because of his personal magnetism and his ability to check the bleeding of the Tsarevich Alexis, who suffered from hemophilia, he gained a powerful hold over Duh.
Rasputin.
Rasputin.
Yes. He had a hold on Tsarina Alexandra and, of course, threw her over Tsar Nicholas II by 1911. And with that very strong ending, you win this game, second game in a row. Congratulations.
Various prizes are awaiting our winning contenders. Your first win will take you on a trip to Jeju Island. Your second win to Japan. Your third win will take you to China. And on your fourth win, you'll win a trip to Southeast Asia. On your fifth win, a trip to Hawaii. Your sixth win, a trip to the United States. And on your seventh win, you'll take the grand prize of a tour of Europe. We hope many of you join us.
Well, friends, this wasn't your best performance. You were
actually, we were not good enough, actually, and yeah.
Well, maybe we have another chance next time. We'll do better.
We learned a lot.
Thank you very much for joining us. Now, Doug, this marks your win number 2 in a row. Now,
Is that Japan?
That's Japan.
Oh,
We're going to Japan.
all right.
thrilled about going to Japan?
Yes.
Are you going to be traveling together?
There's no way that both of us can leave our high school at the same time.
Ah.
One of us has to teach while the other is gone, so probably not.
Well, congratulations yet again. You are our new winners, second time in a row. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And with that, we have a new 2-time winner. Now, if you have any questions or comments for us, please find us at our homepage, contenders.idangtv.com. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.